turn on where this is going.
Starting at defense, number 7, Dylan Warwick. Starting at defense, number 33, Levi Butler. Starting at 4, number 3, Tyler. Starting at 4, number 29, Ryan Dunn. Starting at 4, number 36, Carter. Starting in goal, number 35, Jack Allen. The ball at Oakley is coached by head coach Scott Long, assistant coaches Robbie Jordan and Jane Hospital. Team representative Shane Zimmerman. All right, let's see the starting line for your Des Moines Capitals. Starting left, defense, what juniors from Des Moines High School, number 34, Sam Canapa. Starting right defense, our senior, Dallas High School, number 27, Brody Scott. Starting left wing, a senior from Lawrence High School, number 3, Hunter Hubbard. Starting right senior from Dallas High School, number 21, Clark Kruger. Starting at center, our junior from Lincoln High School, number 29, Brett Baxter. And in goal, a senior from Ogden Community High School, number 1, Ethan Vernon. Your Des Moines Capitals are coached by head coach Ryan Sprague, assistant coaches Andrew Hamilton, Evan Stanislav, and Derek Elliott. Team representative Jody Scott. Referees tonight, Edward Hill, Tim Terrell, linesman Brett Swanson, and James Honegay. Please join players and representatives and referees to stand. Remove your headwear for the playing of your national anthem.
All right, strap them on, Des Moines Oakleys fans. We are in Bucks Arena for the big one. One of the big ones. The fourth of the big ones. Capitals versus Oakleys. This one's at Bucks Arena. Capitals, of course, have held serve this year and did a very well job. They certainly have dominated this facility, Coach. See what the Leafs can bring to the table tonight. Capitals already clinched their spot for the playoffs. Oakleys still vying for theirs.
Right, and that's what makes this a big game for the Oakleys. If we can get some separation from Quad Cities, who's pressing there at the 9 and just a point or two away from bumping us out of the 8th spot to making the playoffs. So this could be a huge 2 points, and we still got Quad Cities, which is going to be a huge matchup later down the road. In a couple weeks, and so huge matchup that weekend. But to get 2 points before that weekend even hits and get yourself up, 3 points, it leaves you a little bit of wiggle room for some air.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You don't want to get to the spot where here it is game day, and we got to have this.
Right.
You can get something to go, and And the Oak Leafs have shown splashes of chances against the Capitals. It seems to be the second and third periods, the Capitals are able to turn the tide, flip the ice, and play downhill hockey. Leafs are going to have to figure out a way to thwart that tonight, Coach.
Yeah, and perfect example is the last hockey game against the Capitals. Going into the third period, you're up by 2 goals, and the big thing is can you sustain that lead? And we were able to slow them down, and Kruger got it started by able to score quickly in that third period to get that within 1, and then they got 2 more goals after that to be able to get the win. And it was a tough loss. We had the Capitals running right where we wanted them. Can we do that this game, and can you manufacture 3 solid periods? That's the key. You can play a great first period, but if you don't play all 3 periods, against this team, they can come back and bite you.
Looked like Doug Bird is handing out some checks over there. He was just up here. He didn't offer to stack of 20s to you and I, did he?
Well, he did me. He didn't you.
Okay, right. Mentioned my kid.
Well,
right.
Well, I think he must like the color better than the play-by-play.
Maybe so.
Maybe that's what it is.
I get that a lot.
So, no, but looking at this game, Capitals are tough in this building. They've always been tough here, in a good home team atmosphere for them. And so it's an uphill battle for the Oak Leafs, but you just gotta feed off that energy. You gotta know that this is just another game on your schedule, and be able to just do the little things. And we talked about that in the JV game. We did a great job in the JV game first period of just playing position. You can't forget about those things, and we saw in the JV game. Where second, third period was a totally different team. We started to run and chase, and when you do that, bad things happen. And so, can we play position? Can we have some fluid line changes? Do we get everybody involved? Those are the keys to this game. And then, again, I expect to get some solid goaltending out of Evans, and but it's out guys that are out in front of them. Are you doing your part to keep the puck to the outside of the defensive zone, and are you finding ways to create havoc in the offensive zone by getting into the house and being hard on the puck and using body position and all those things. So we'll see how the first period goes. I know last game, watching JV, they had both teams had some trouble with their edges. And we'll see, kind of take a look at how they respond on the ice with the edge work and those type of things. Have you seen some guys fall down and have to readjust to their skates? A little colder in here tonight, so the ice might be a little bit different than what they're used to.
So they dropped the puck on the Oak Leafs Capitals here at Bucks Arena. Sent in properly by the Caps. It's Dunn, Hobbs, and May on the front line. It's Warwick and Butler in defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice as they move from left to right. This one finds the back of the net with a quick stop and play. 16:42 just underway. The boys in blue will come at you. Blue Breezers, blue tops, outlined in white, and they've got gold numbers. Capitals, black Breezers, white tops, outlined in purple numbers, and they're the home team. Slot, quick one, Evans, forced to kick that one aside. That caught the official. Styles unable to keep it in for the Capitals. Now the Oak Leafs are able to force it to center ice. They'll look for the open ice and hit Warwick. To Dunn. Dunn sends it back. Borrowed a little too much, and Warwick will have to dig it out. Just underway here in the first period. Capitals have already punched their ticket. They're one of the top 8. Oak Leafs grasping, trying, clawing to get to that 7 or 8 spot. A win here for them would be monumental. We an icing call and a stop and play to come all the way back down. This way, both teams feeling each other out.
Yeah, and I just kind of noticed that Kruger and Baxter are together. The last 3 times they've been in separate lines, and so 2 of their high-powered forwards being together, and just kind of see if the Capitals continue with that, with them being together, or if they separate and try to get some mixed matches or mismatches going through this game.
That's Stern, the right-hander, able to break the zone. Hender trying to run underneath it. Able to thwart the effort momentarily, continue on. Not enough. Now Stern looks to pinch it unable to do so. He's got it off the front of his blade now. Looks to dance. He's taken off the puck. Checked into the open ice. Now it's back to where Stern has to control it again. Come all the way back down. France borrowed too many lines. Icing call and a stop and play.
Yeah, so again, we got to be patient with the puck, and we got to possess it, and then be able to make plays. And the last couple times right here, we've had a couple icing calls just on not possessing it, have our head up, and be able to make a play, and also then get our defense involved on regroups. It's going to be a big factor there too. If we have clean regroups, getting back in transition will be a big factor, I think, in this game.
Front of the net, backhander, almost there. First good look. There's the home team, the Caps. Now Hobbs will check it back in. That's the captain. The right-hander from Dowling looks to follow it up. It's come all the way back. On an awkward bounce, now they look to race it. On a 2-on-2. Slot chance look. Short side Baxter had a shot, good save by Jack. He slid over, confronted it, stopped it. Garners a defensive zone face-off. It'll happen to his right at the 15:07 mark here in the first period of a scoreless game.
So right now you can tell they're kind of matching. When our top line's out, they're putting Kruger and Baxter out, but now they send somebody else out to try to set us up for our second line to get Kruger and Baxter to go against another line other than Hobbs, May, and Dunn.
A lot of line watching between these two teams, correct, Coach?
Oh, absolutely. They're going to be looking for matchups left and right just to see where they can get a mismatch.
Gathered by the Caps along the wing. Now they work below the wing. Circle back up where May's going to get his claws on it. He'll skate it. Tap to Dunn. Slid to Hobbs. Wanted Dunn and a racer in the middle. May now confronts. Wins the battle. Leaves it for Dunn. Dunn behind now. He'll look to work. Below the net. Taken off the puck in good confrontation. Now stolen along the wing. Shot awkwardly along to the left wing. Now the zone's broken. Tipped in the rest of the way by the Capitals winger, and the Leafs will have to fetch it from left to right, and Levi Butler will be the one to do it. Caught a person. It did. It caught a stick. No icing call. Covered the length of the ice. Now the Leafs are right there. Pinched in by Stern. Body back of the blade. Able to keep it there. Not long enough to make it happen. Dorfield. He'll shove it back in. The Leafs will look to dump and chase again. 13:52 and counting in a scoreless game. Get the feeling the first goal here is a biggie. Tapped in a good play by Dorfield. Merrick continues on. Now escapes where Dorfield sends it across to his line mate Stern. Stern able to get it to the red line. Goodnow unable to fetch it. He'll sail all the way back down where Evans watches Dorfield whisk that one all the way around the boards to Goodnow. He'll try to skate it. Sends it to the blue line to no avail. Aerial played to center ice. Caught out of the air by the Capitals. Tap it in. They'll stop this one at the 13:17 mark here in the first. What are you seeing, Coach? What is each team trying to do?
Well, so far right now, the Capitals are just going to match with, they know that the Oak Leafs are going to go with Hobbs, Dunn, and May basically every other shift, and so they're just going to match them with Kruger and Baxter, try to isolate them, and try to beat the Oak Leafs with their number 2 line, with Paulus and his bunch, and see if they can't, basically they're taking away our top line and getting their other lines to beat our other lines.
Hobbs circles. Wrapper on to Warwick. Right-hander from Johnston. Wanted to get May free loose on the right wing, unable to do so. A tapped to the red line, sent back in. And a screamer finds its way by the net and settles where Butler looks to gather it. Taken off the puck, confronts his man. Now controlled along the wing by May. May with a wraparound, played in the short side by Warwick. Unable to skate underneath it. Fast-paced game. Capitals wrap it around and work in their offensive zone. That one triggered over the top of Evans. He saw it the whole way over his right shoulder. Come all the way outside the zone where they work on it again. Pesky effort by May to continue on. Capitals defenseman able to control it. Goodnow looks to send it back in. Caught part of it, but not enough to where the Capitals are racing. Checked ahead, now punched ahead. Continual action goes all the way around where Evans will put a fork in it. He'll stop it, and the Leafs will work from right to left. Feed to Mink. Mink to Hender. Hender to Cooker. Cooker will play it in. Leafs whirl their way into the offensive zone. Circle all the way back around. Pinch benched by Dorfield. They work back along. Hender confronts in the corner. Not enough to keep it in, and back come the Caps. Good feed on the tape. Back on the blue line. Flutter escapes to the right of Evans. Leafs look to break the zone. Now giving up along the boards momentarily. Controlled now. Cougar will skate it. Left-hander from Urbandale will send it into Hender. He'll check it in. The Leafs will get a change. See if they can do something in their offensive zone. Slow to get off the map there. Able to convert on that effort. It's Warwick for Cougar. He'll tuck it along. To Mink will watch it. To Barton. No one able to pick up the pieces. He'll garner an offensive zone face-off. And a stop and play at the 11:09 mark here in the first period.
Yeah, so far just a lot of chess match, kind of going back and forth. Nobody's doing anything that's, hurting themselves. And so it's just a chess match of what the coaches are doing and what they're sending out and kind of what they're revealing.
Warwick looks to keep it in. He's able to do so. Snapper. Kick to the side. Good no. One-timer. Fanned on it. Barton's there now. Goes to work on the right side of his blade. Taken off on all fours. Front of the net. Chipped ahead. Now trapped in momentarily. Good play by the Oak Leafs defense, but not enough to continue on. It's Warwick. Slides by him. Not controlled by the Caps behind the net. Got to watch him underneath there. Wrap to an open look in the slot. Nafia, one-timer. Caught traffic. Caught Merrick. Tipped ahead. Goodnow the closest to the puck, unable to run under it. As Leafs get a change right along both benches. Have gathered and sent in. Checked all the way back along where Evans will watch that over his right now left shoulder. Wrapped around. Slapped in by the Capitals. Done off the back of his blade. It found May in an awkward spot. Unable to continue on. Sent back in and skated by the speedy one Cougar. Unable to continue on. They look again. Trapped along the boards. Played along the wing. Dorfield looks to confront. Looks to wrestle. Stern joins the fray. Scrum ensues to the right of the goaltender Evans. 9:42 left to go here. All the way to the point. Nice shot from the point. That was a snapshot, but that had a lot on it. Good outlet. Wanted Hobbs. Couldn't get him. Confrontation at center ice. Still unable to continue on. Capital look to be picking their spots. Baxter sends into a Cougar wheels and deals. Now leaves it to himself along the wing. Sent to the point in a pinch. To Webb. To Baxter. Back to Webb. Webb looks. Surveys. Stolen momentarily by Hobbs and a good back check there. Unable to continue on, but enough to thwart the effort by the Capitals momentarily. 9 minutes flat left in the first. In a scoreless game. Fast-paced game. No stoppages in play. That's Webb. Just inside the blue line for the Caps. Now sent past Webb to where Mink gathers. Checks ahead. Tuck past Hender. Slot. But May had already found himself on the wrong side of Uncle Blue. Stop and play at 41 here in the first.
Yeah, so just kind of, testing each other out. Everybody's basically staying on the outside. Neither team is able to find anything there in the middle of the ice in their offensive zone. So good job by both teams just, playing the game and trying to feel each other out and kind of figure out where the crease is going to be.
Hender, Cooker, Mink on the front line. It's Warwick and Butler in defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice as they work in all blue from left to right. Now broken up and skated. Wanted Mink, and now Mink's got it. Along the red line, he'll ask for the blue, he'll get it. He'll dodge inside the blue, unable to continue on. And now the outlet goes to a one-on-one, and Kruger works. Quick shot just inside the blue line. Able to continue on. Now Kruger's got it again. On the short side to Christ. It's a good look. Unable to continue with that effort. Back of the blade, they're able to continue on in their offensive zone. That's Warwick, the right-hander from Johnston for the Leafs. Tucked by Mink, but now lost. Aerial shot in front. Butler closest to it. Gathered slot, look out. Chance for the Caps there as Baxter controls. He looks and wheels, pirouettes, and deals behind the net. Sent to Kruger. To the point to Nafia. One-timer. Kick to the side by Evans. They'll come all the way back to Nafia again on the point. stabbed ahead. Poked out of the air on an aerial by Barton, able to get his paw on it, not able to clear the zone. Now Butler will try to pick up the pieces. Gives away to Warwick. He'll skate it from left to right, and he's got speed. He's got the red, now he's got the blue, but no further. Broken up where Nafia will circle for the Capitals at the 7:13 mark here in the first period and skate it. Tapped ahead where they continue on. That's going to come right on goal to Evans. He'll snatch it, snare it, stop it. 7:03, first period scoreless game.
So here's an opportunity, Baxter and Kruger were both out on the ice in this last shift. They were trying to take advantage of an opportunity. Now we have our number one line out, and so can they take advantage with it looks like the Capitals, maybe 2 or 3 line, depending on the rotation. Can take advantage of this right now.
Hobbs in the foot race. One-timer. Left it in the 5-hole and in the crease. He almost had it. One-timer, he wanted May again. That's Hobbs, the right-hander from Dowling. Now confronted in the corner by Dunn. Pesky effort sends it all the way back behind the goal. As Hobbs continues to work. Behind the net, tuck pass, Dunn, turn, spins! Shot, just missed it. Had a shot, caught the right shoulder of the goaltender for the Capitals. Now that one's kicked aside. Best pressure by far for either teams. This happens to the Oak Leafs at right around the 6-minute mark here in the first period. It's Stern, the right-hander from Ankeny. Sends it back. He's unable to gather it. The Capitals now work from right to left in black breezers, white tops, and purple numbers, and they'll skate it. It's Young, the left-hander. He stops. He's thwarted by Stern. Chris joins the fray. Barton's there as well for the Leafs. Broken out, short side, look out. Slot, chopped, split the net. Just to the side of the goal. Finally kicked off its kilters. Evans forced to jump and pounce on that one. Stop and play 5:55 in the first.
Yeah, so we almost took advantage of the opportunity there with our top line. Had a great flurry of shots. Weren't able to convert, but now it's set up to where we have our line out, and I'm sure the Hobbs Dunn line's going to be ready to go back out for Kruger and Baxter coming back out.
It's Chris for the Capitals. Goodenow able to force it past the blue line. Chris back there to pick it up. Now stolen on a good effort by Merrick as he almost found himself free along the wing. Unable to get there. Goodenow confronts, unable to gather it. The Capitals able to break and send it back in. Now they'll skate it. Now broken up by Merrick on a good forecheck. That's just barely tipped, but not enough to thwart the icing call. Thought it might have been.
Right.
Looked like he caught a chunk of that. I believe Chris thinks he did as well, but to no avail. Stop and play 5:20 in the first.
Yeah, look at Merrick's last shift. We talked about him at the pregame, where we want to see him kind of get going. If he gets going, it's a different kind of player there. And right now, kind of looking at his last shift, really was able to kind of forecheck, keep the puck alive, keep it going to the offensive direction. So hopefully he can kind of get his game going. That'd be huge for the Oak Leafs.
Controlled by the Capitals as they work from right to left. Now we got it at center ice. Baxter leaves for Kruger, and Kruger dumps it in. Controlled by the Leafs as Butler tries to set his man free. Unable to get there, but Tyler May is on the chase. Dunn is as well. Dunn's able to get a stick on it. Is confronted in the corner. Sent to the left by the Caps. From Hubbard to Baxter. One-timer broken up by Warwick for the Leafs. Hobbs looks to back check, able to get it out of there momentarily. Now sailing on the wing. The net's off its kilters, has been for some time. It's finally noticed.
It's probably
accounted for.
Well, that's probably why Myers misfired there, because he didn't have the full net to shoot at.
Right.
But,
in a 45-degree angle he was looking at, right, Coach? That'll set a man up without question. Offensive zone face-off for the Capitals. Baxter will take the draw for the Capitals. It's Barton and Mink, and they got one right off the draw. That happened quickly.
Yeah, I was just looking at some updates on my phone and didn't even see that, so you might have to describe that one for a little color.
Well, it was Hubbard and Kruger and Baxter, and the play happened right off the draw. And they beat Evans to the stick side, the near side, the short side, before you could blink an eye. And just like that, the 4:28 mark here in the first period, the Capitals lead 1-0. They control again now. It's Hender, Kucher, and Mink on the front line. It's Warwick and Butler in defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice. As the Capitals break the zone to speed along the right wing, that's Cougar. One-timer wanted to center it. Baxter controls. Now he goes to the point. Slid through. Deflected. And a good stick there momentarily by Cougar. Able to thwart the effort, but the Capitals in control. Short side. Blocked on a nice play by Butler. Gave up the body and all. Now has sent it all the way down the ice at the 3:56 mark here in the first period. Leafs down 1-0. They get a change. Give it up in the defensive zone. Front, look out, wrap around. Had their guy in front. Now they continue on in a good pinch, but Stern's got ahead of steam, and here comes Grant Stern, the right-hander. Short side, awkward bounce. Goodnow was there on the short side to pick up the pieces. Just bounced over his stick. As Miracle shovel it back in, see if the Leafs can get something going here, just under the concession area at Bucks Arena. Stopped by Webb. Centered, great passing. It's a neat drop pass, unable to control it with the Capitals wingers, and back they go. In front of the net, shovel in front, stolen by Goodnow. Goodnow will skate it, and the pass will miss the player and both lines. Icing is waved off as Merrick was there and up to the challenge, able to go and snare it. Now behind the net, worked in front, choppy, awkward. Had a couple Leafs there taking some swings in front. Looked like Barton might have had the last decent look at it. Goodnow was swiping as well, unable to make anything happen. Now given up in the offensive zone. Gathered and controlled. From Porup, taken off the puck on a good play by Merrick. On a good check. Wants Goodnow. Goodnow late to the challenge. Tucked along the boards. Stabbed back in by Stern. He looks to gather it. Cross ice pass and a good bounce where Dunn has it. The racy one had Tyler May offside by just a sliver. And a stop and play at the 2:20 mark in the first.
That's too bad.
Caps.
We had numbers right there.
Sure did.
And just to get that offside right there, and you had speed and everything going for you. The other piece I think we need to be cognizant of is we do too much of just dumping when we do have numbers, rather than just taking the ice at the get in. If you run out, then go ahead and dump it in. But there was a couple opportunities where we had opportunities to skate it a little bit further, get the D to kind of press on you and be able to make a play. We chose to. We have 8 to 10 more feet to be able to skate before the defenseman presses on you. Take that ice, because you might be able to beat them and be able to take something to the net and make a play.
Dunman and Hobbs, Warwick and Butler are your Leafs. Your 5 Leafs on the ice is Warwick from left to right in all blue. Controlled and won by the Capitals. Now Warwick has it on the point. Slides one through to a crossing May. May wants to go to the point. Is unable to get it to the point. Now the Capitals are loose. That's Paulus trying to work his way through. Left, look out. Short side Porup is there again. Unable to get it. Porup short side again. Paulus is there. A lot of Capitals in front of the net. Unimpeded. Step up, Nafia, short side. Rebound goes wide. In front of the net, Paulus all alone, plucked in. Over his left shoulder, his left side. And that was just a matter of time as the pressure was mounting in the corner. Caught the man in the slot, just like that, the 1:44 mark here in the first period. The home team, the Capitals, lead 2-0.
Yeah, Capitals are just taking, kind of what the Oakleys are giving them and pouncing on the puck and it's just a simple breakdowns. Not just getting your sticks on their sticks or not body on body. And so again, we're building a mountain for ourselves to be able to start climbing back up.
Hender, Mink, Cooker on the front line. Stern and Dorfield on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice. That's checked in by Hender. Come all the way around. Cooker joins the fray on the front. Tap, good deflection. Good idea there from the point. Mink in front trying to redirect. Redirected a little too much, found the back of the net with 1:30 left in the first period. Capitals lead 2-0. We're going in an offensive zone face-off for the Leafs, however. Actually, they'll pull it outside the blue line. Make them start left and adjacent to the goaltender for the Capitals. Hender will take the draw. Mink and Cooker to his right and left. Stern and Dorfield on defense as your 5 Leafs on the ice. similar play on the outbreak by the Capitals, unable to continue on as Young now controls for the Capitals, sends it all the way down where Kruger will skate it. Great outlet to Hubbard. Hubbard on a one-timer to Baxter. Baxter advances, gets it in the zone, now plays off the back of his blade where Hubbard controls, spins and pirouettes. Confronted by Stern and Hender for the Leafs. Now chopped by Dorfield. Scrum ensues to the right of Evans as he looks at it over his right shoulder. Young now fumbles and leaves it outside the line. He'll have to fetch it. Send it back to his linemate. They'll shove it right back in and dump and chase. Stern controls for the Leafs. Tries set and beheaded is Mink just in front of the Oak Leafs bench. Looked like he took a pretty high shot there. Stolen front, May, one-timer. 5-hole follow-up, May again. Unable to continue on. Now in the corner they go. Good save by the Capital goaltender. Able to keep that one out of the net. Dunn, still there. Chance in front. Good chances by the Leafs in the fleeting moments here of the first period. Warwick will check it to the side and Dunn will run under it. Tap now to the wing. Continued on by Kruger, unable to clear it. Dunn, slot, chance, aerial. Unable to get there. May, 13 seconds and counting. Leafs best flurry in a while. And now Kruger will escape and skate in on a 1-on-2. Leaves one on the stick side and low off of Evans. 3-2-1 seconds. And the first period is going to come to a close. The home team, the Capitals, leading 2-0.
Yeah, and early on, it wasn't a bad period of filling each other out. Made two mistakes, and those two mistakes led to the Capitals having a 2-goal lead going at the end of one, and so we just have to continue to build on what our first period is, and climb that mountain, and maybe we got them where we want them with the 2-goal lead. And I doubt it, but we need to get something here going in the second period.
All right, we're firing up now. Second period. Thanks for joining us here. I got to push Barton aside. Not many people would push their boss, but I'm the kind of guy that could do it. Wade just laughs.
Yeah.
Capitals now control from left to right. They also control on the big board 2-0. Giving up and sailing is done. Front unable to gather it. Got a snapper off. Caught traffic. Checked aside and sent back to center ice. Capitals lead 2-0. They've looked good doing it too. That's Baxter in control. Point. Nafia sends that one in the net into the concession area. With a nice whistle and a stop and play at the 16-18 mark here in the second period. Coach, we were talking off air. What do we got to do to get something going here?
Well, we got to stop chasing. We got to stop running around, especially in our defensive zone. There have been times when we get two defensemen in one corner, and that should never happen. And then you start getting our forwards running around, which then just creates openings for the Capitals to work in. And so we got to be able to correct that, and know what your responsibility is, and not run and chase, and making sure that we're not having two guys going against one guy.
Skated by the Leafs as they work from right to left in all blue. Special shout out to the Carlsons. I know they're out there. Slot, look out, chance. Kicked aside, front of the net. Carlsons, I believe there's some in Rochester, which is essentially my hometown. Enjoy those people.
Oh,
Grant.
Isn't that your hometown? You're from Austin.
No, my whole family's in Rochester.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say, because I'm from Fairmont, and
Yeah.
I could say Rochester's my hometown, too.
Well, that's just where they all live now.
Oh.
Every one of them. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's a little nicer than Austin. Hopefully there's nobody from Austin listening. They might be.
Yeah, but Rochester doesn't have the Spam Museum.
No, they don't. They don't have that. Now sent in the corner and stolen by the Leafs. They look to advance it. Anyway, Carlson's, thanks for listening in. In Rochester, and they're from. Grant's out here doing a great job. He's had a good season. Tapped ahead now. Controlled by the Caps. Ariel. Warwick plucked it with a stick. Sent all the way back around. Now tackled in the corner and controlled by the Capitals. They look to force it in front. They're unable to do so. They're still there. They're chopping. Look out. You don't want to get down 3 here. Not to these guys, not here. You got to answer quickly.
Yep, no, we have to have the next goal. I mean, that is
a must.
A must.
That's Warwick. Short side. Tried the short side as well. Held it on the front of his blade. Slung it towards the stick side of the goaltender and able to continue on. Hobbs tucks it in as he's exiting the zone. Now the Capitals continue on. Chopped in front where Evans fumbles it, then stops it. And now we've got some confrontation. I don't think Uncle Levi is the person you want to talk to. Levi looked like he had something to say. 14-11 mark, stop and play.
Well, it's good to see, though, a little bit of reaction.
I think you need it. I think you need something.
We need a little bit of life, and just something to jumpstart that spark, right?
It's kind of like we talked about. I mean, someone in there is going to cause some sort of strange collision and spring something loose. Defensive zone faceoff for the Leafs. Now they'll change it. Goodnow will come in and take it. He's the Knoxville race car. On his way to Daytona right after this one. Merrick in the corner. He's taken off the puck. They're able to thwart it and send it out. Goodnow will be the closest to run under it, but icing will impede his progress.
You ever been to Daytona?
No.
No? Oh. I'd like to go. It's on my bucket list.
I kind of think Wade's asking me out right now. Wade's looking at me.
Well, hey, I got a little twinkle in my eye.
We spend a lot of time together on the air. Maybe he's got some feelings that developed for me over the 40 or 50 broadcasts we've done this year. It's been a great time. I'd like to see the Oak Leafs forge their way into the playoffs and make a run. We both feel like they have the team that could do it. We both know the kids personally.
Oh, we have the skill set. You know,
Yeah.
it's just the mindset. You know, you just got to believe, and you got to. You just got to believe and know your role and know what you can and cannot do, and strive away from the things that you don't excel at. There's a purpose why you're on the team, and there's a purpose of what skills you do have, and those are the things that you have to showcase, and we got to put those combinations together. All the pieces are there. They just got to believe in it.
Offensive zone faceoff, see if they can keep it and then make something happen. Hobbs chops at it. Cooker's there as well. They've switched some things up. May's there again. Unable to force it in. Trapped along the boards by Butler. Continued on, trapped in. Not a good stick by Hobbs to keep it in. It looks like the Leafs are going to try to play some hockey in their offensive zone here. Noble thought. Trap now sent to Butler. The big fella from Valley. Snapper. Glove save. It'll garner an offensive zone faceoff. Time to set something up again now. Here, Coach, correct? I mean, to the right of the goaltender there. You got a chance to get something going.
Yeah, and the key is can you win this faceoff? Can May win it back and have Hobbs come scrape right off of him and then be able to get a quick shot?
Tapped. Butler slides one. That was actually a good shot. He had a lot of people in front of him too, so it was guarded. If he could have found an avenue there, he's got a good low one, kind of like Boru does as well. We'll try it again. Man, done having conversation now. Hobbs will take the draw, send it to May. Slot chance, good look for Warwick. Unable to get there. Short side, now they kick it. Holy cow. That's one way that's one way to do it, is all I'm going to say. Offensive zone faceoff. It's Cooker and May and Hobbs. Butler and Warwick. As now the Capitals will send out the big boys as well. One timer and a good one. Hobbs caught traffic. Cooker trying to escape his way and split the zone, unable to do so. Pinched in by Baxter. Look confronted again. Sent to the point. Right in front of the Capitals bench. Now to the red line. Tagged in, now sent by Warwick as he looks to circle. Send it along the wing. Hobbs loses, fumbles, now he's controlled, and now here they come. This Warwick, the right-hander from Johnston. Stops. Tries a shoveling pass. No one there to pick up the pieces, except for Hobbs. Back of the blade, one-timer. What a great extra look by Hobbs, and that little goal thing is kind of getting under my skin, Coach.
Well, just a little misfire there. Had an opportunity for a one-time, and as you're receiving that puck, you got to recognize, is that puck in the right position? If it's not, then you got to be able to catch and then be able to keep possession of that puck. And we weren't able to recognize that quick enough, and so we lost possession, and the goalie knocked off the pegs, and so we got another face-off.
It was the knocking off the pegs thing I was talking about.
Right.
That's Hender. Pinches. Dorfield as well. They're free along the right wing. That's Stern. Wraps around. Unable to get there. Nafia continues in. Now slot look. Extra pass by the Caps, short side. Kicked aside by Evans. Into the corner over his left shoulder. Now behind the net. As they work again. Leafs able to break the zone. No, they're not. Pinched in. Finally able to. Tapped ahead. That's Zach Kinney. Traps his man along the boards. Unable to continue on. Dorfield's there. Hender as well. Stabs it back in. Played into where Dorfield controls. Back to where Hobbs off the back of his blade. To the red line. Nothing doing. Leafs having trouble getting your offense going. They'll try it from right to left. Outlet to Stern. Fumbled. Given up. Sent back to center ice. Follow-up's not there either. And now an odd man is. Slot, look out. One-timer and they got him on the low side, Evans. It was a fumbling attempt by the Leafs to get it out of their offensive zone. They looked lackadaisical when they tried it. And then the Capitals will return, convert, kick the field goal. They lead 3-0 at the 10:40 mark in the second.
Yeah, and it's those turnovers right there. And, you're letting the Capitals then take it down the outside, able to get into the house. A nice shot by them, right there at the dot, and be able to beat Evans there. So again, we're real big uphill battle here, and so we got to find a way to respond and get something on the board here within the next 10 minutes here.
Dunn, May, and Hobbs back out there together. That's May. One-timer. Had a chance. So did Dunn. Unable to convert. Puck, just a bad puck bounce there as the boys were in front and perched and ready to go. That's Butler. Outlet. Catch by May. Unable to catch it. It'll make it to the back line, which will force an icing call. Need something quick. It seems like we say this a lot to each other, Coach. We need something quick.
Well, we just need something on the board. We need something to go our way, and we had a perfect opportunity, and we weren't able to get a stick on the puck and be able to get a second opportunity. We got the first one. We're not getting to the second one.
Tackle just outside the blue line momentarily. Now Butler will skate it. Tries to push it forward with the right side of his paw. Now Baxter has it. Centering pass, no one there. Taken further along where May's got in the back front of his blade. Now he'll set Dunn. And a backdrop to Butler. That was Hobbs. Hobbs sends it around. Trying to get it to the point. Now just trying to keep it in. They are able to keep it in. Not controlled. Outlet stolen by Dunn. Tucked back in. Leafs will have to turn and reset and try it again. 9:40 to go in the second. Down by a field goal here in the second period. That's Kruger. Wanted Baxter. Led him a little too far. Tucked it in on the short side. Now they're still there. Kruger has time to turn pirouette. And able to get enough of it on. This is going to come all the way back down to the right on goal with Hobbs crashing in a stop and play. Leafs looked a little bit desperate in grabbing at straws on that line, but I think at this point, Coach, I think that's what you got to do.
Right. Well, you right now, with the Capitals being up 3-0, I know it's 9:17 in the second period, and you got a lot of game left, and you're going to have to start taking some chances, and everything's got to go to the net, and you got to be scrappy in front and winning some battles there in the front.
Kicked aside by Evans as the Leafs look to break the zone. Front of the net. Now tackled and controlled by the Capitals as Wiersma plays it to his line mate. Now he's got it again. They tap it to the blue line. Now the red, and they'll send it all the way back in. They got nothing but house money in their hands. We're almost at the midway point of this game. The fourth meeting between the Oak Leafs and Capitals this year. Capitals much in control of this one at the halfway point. Leafs have had some spurts. Not enough to convert. Played and tackled in momentarily, kept in by Goodnow. Unable to do so. It's coming right on the net. Evans going to stop it, thwart it, hand it over to Stern. Stern going to send looking for Mink on that long outlet. Mink able to tuck it in off the back of his blade, but take it no further. Dorfield as well. Boys look discombobulated. Need to try to gather and control themselves as Chris looks to go to work in the offensive zone for the Capitals, unable to do so. Tapped ahead, just past the outstretched arms of Mink. And the Capitals will take neutral zone battles the rest of the night. And that's what we have here. And they control the neutral zone. Now they'll dump it in. That covered too many lines. An icing call to stop and play.
Yeah, right now, and we're not on the same page. We're just kind of throwing the puck, and with a lot of turnover, just giving it right back, and it's not fluid. It's not tape to tape passing. It's just kind of flicking the puck, and I'm hoping that it finds another person's stick of the same jersey color, and right now it's just going right by the Capitals. We're making it easy for the Capitals.
They break the zone. Watch out, that's Kruger. To Hubbard. Kruger's there again. Had an open net, unable to exploit it. Still in front, they look to tuck it behind and skate it. Leafs looking to break the zone to Goodnow. Wrap around, got it to the point, but no further. Sent back in and poked in by Stiles for the Caps. He borrowed too many lines. We'll try it again. Come all the way back down this way. See if the Leafs can set it up, and they will. They'll bring Hobbs, May, and Dunn back in. They'll put Butler and Warwick on defense. So they'll put their starting crew in on the face-off as they look at the goaltender from the left side. Chip behind the net by May. Controlled and raced to the wing and controlled by the Capitals. Stiles. Outlets long, but enough to get out of the zone. Warwick. Centering pass. Got May. May continues to fight through. Now May in the corner. No one there to pick up the pieces. Till Butler can do it, and the Leafs will try to turn and do it again. 6:47 in the second. They're down by 3. Needs something to happen. Almost looks like the Capitals have gone into a little bit of a protective mode, Coach. You could probably speak to that more than I can.
Well, and they can. They can right now with 3-goal lead. They can just run their lines the way they want to. They don't have to worry about matchups or anything like that right now. And so where you want to get some production is you got to get a mismatch and then be able to produce. Like right now is where you got to get a goal against the matchup you have right now. And the Capitals have some room for error. And so then, as they're just rolling their lines 1, 2, 3, we still have to press.
Wheeling and dealing behind the net now as Evans looks at it to his right. Now Dunn's able to gather it on a good feed to May. May unable to control it. He's not happy about it. Come all the way back down.
And right now I'm not liking the body language of what we're seeing on the ice. A lot of just a lot of frustration, and we got to get that back together where you're not getting frustrated on different things. You just got to continue to work.
Now we got both benches having some words with each other. Some conversation how to keep those conversations within is what I imagine is going on down below. Getting testy. Step up and pinch by the Caps. Front of the net. Controlled by Stern as he sends it to the red line. Good interception by Hender. Stops, poise, slow one. It's a pretty good rebound. Mink just wasn't there quite in time to gather it. A tuck back in by Dorfield, but not enough to thwart any effort from the Capitals to break the zone. Awkward bounce on the short hop. Evans will smother it. Keep it close to his chest. We'll get a stop and play. Defensive zone face-off. 5:13 left to go here in the second period. It's Hobbs, May, and Dunn again on the front line.
And they have to go out because Kruger and Baxter's there, and so they got to match up with them. If we don't, if they get another goal, I mean, that's just disaster.
And why wouldn't they put Baxter's and Kruger's line up and
they were
with an offensive zone face-off?
Right. Well, and they're up next anyway. So, I mean, they're just rolling the 1, 2, 3, and we're going 1, 2, and then maybe 1, 3, and then back to our 1, and so. Right now, it's easy to coach. You have a 3-goal lead. Who you're going to put out next? You get back to a 2-goal lead. Now you can go back to matchups and making sure you have the guys out there you want to sustain that 2-goal lead.
It's Kruger behind the net. Hobbs confronts. Kruger circles. Stiles one-timer. Sends it to the right, stick side and high. All the way behind the net it goes, where Kruger has it on the back of his blade with the Caps again. Surveys, looks to Stiles. Stiles sends one on net. Stolen by Warwick for the Leafs. Now Warwick to Dunn. Nifty work off those skates. Now he's taken off from behind. Now given up. And they got an odd man. Look out here. Pass just left behind the winger for the Caps as they look like they're ready to exploit again. Scrum ensues to the left of Evans as he looks over as left shoulder. Levi's controlling a lot of the action there. Now the puck finally escapes. Warwick's there again. Tap now sent furthermore into the corner. This will get off the glass and finally escape the zone, where the Capitals control. Styles off the front of his blade. It's going to send it all the way back down. It's borrowed way too many lines. We'll get Nicing calling a stop and play at the 3:57 mark here in the second period. Barton, Merrick, Goodnow will come out for the Leafs. Stern and Dorfield on defense.
Yeah, so I think if we want to get back into this game, it's going to be the guys that are not named Hobbs, Dunn, and May. It's going to be everybody else need to be able to step in and find a way to get a goal when Kruger and Baxter aren't out there and be better than the other Capitals numbers twos and threes.
It's Andrew Wade. It's well said. Goodnow looks to run under it. Barton in confrontation. Giving up now, look out. Slot, tuck pass, not there. Point, look out. They're surveying. Young, that's the left-hander. Myers now looks to send it in, able to do so. Goodnow with a pesky effort, at least to continue on. Slides along the boards when Merrick confronts with him, and back come the Caps. Tap. They wanted Starr in the right wing. Sent to the right of Evans. He kicks it aside. Chopped. Sent behind the net. That's Barton. Tuck now skating. Wanted Merrick. Not enough to get anything on it. Leafs will get a change. Here comes Hobbs, May, and Dunn. 2:47 left to go in the second. I think the Leafs are sensing, as we are, we need to get on the board by the end of two here.
Yep.
That's kind of the feeling that we have. That's done. Geraci won the left-hander. Hobbs teed it up. Caught traffic in front. Had a chance to chop at it. I think Porup got his stick on it for the Capitals. Found its way into the back of the net. Stop and play.
And the Capitals do a great job of just getting their sticks into the lane and taking away any of the shots. So it's got to be movement. It can't be just relying on one-timers.
Slivered by Butler. That's in front. Chance! Looked like May had one on the short side. It was a nifty shot by Butler because it drew at least one or two rebounds. May had the last swipe on it. That'll be the big one for the Leafs. 3-1 here in the second. They try to continue on. Along the wing, they're unable to do so. Force it to the blue line. Now forced back by May. In sheer effort, kicked aside by the goaltender. They'll gather and look from left to right. With under 2 minutes left to go here in the second period. Leafs down 3-0. Pinched by Warwick. Unable to get it. Taken off the blade, and that's got to be something. Something. It's not. Gather controlled by Butler. Perhaps because it was off the play. Ariel wanted Hobbs. Hobbs checks it aside. He wanted Dunn. He's unable to continue on. And now back come the Capitals in the snapper. Evans, Sternum, stop. Defensive zone face-off. Looked like we had something going there, Coach.
Well, a little bit of things going there, but we're just on too time where Capitals goaltender comes up with the key save, and then we get to that second opportunity goal. And get clean transitions into the zone. It's been some trouble for us.
Glove save, Evans. 120 and counting here in the second period. Defensive zone face-off for the Leafs. Behind the net they go. To the wing. Front of the net, look out. Mink finally able to escape the zone. We haven't heard much from these folks. Stopped in front, best rush they had. Was worried because they were on their heels. Able to at least get it outside the zone.
Right.
Flip the ice.
And we know these three.
Yeah, this is where they want to be. This is where they want to be.
Right.
These three want to be on this side of the ice. There's no doubt about it.
And we
They're
know
all
those
skilled.
three can find the back of the net.
Yep.
It's just
He's getting it out of the other side.
Getting it out of the other side, and then once they're down in there, they have a lot of creativity and they move the puck well, but it's just getting it down there and then being able to take advantage of it.
It's Kruger on the wing. Wow. Pete Evans, 4-0 Caps. You leave 21 loose on the left wing. You got issues. And at least did there. To get another change.
Yeah, and
at least getting it taken to him at Bucks Arena here tonight.
And it's just like Weersman and JV, Kruger right there in that same kind of spot. They're lethal from when they're below the circles and in between the dots. They're going to find the back of the net. Just the accuracy that they have.
Goodnow lost sight of it. Now it's left inside the blue line. Barton looks to skate it. He'll steer it. Sent all the way back down. Warwick will run underneath it. Down 4-0. Waning seconds of the second period. JV lost tonight 6-2. Capitals Varsity up 4-0 on the Leafs. As the purple and white team continue to hold serve at home. This is Kruger again. What an extra feed to Baxter. Nifty look, unable to get there. Kept in by Nafia. Now Styles controls for the Capitals as they salt away the second period. Look very confident in doing so. 4-0 in favor of the Caps as we take our break and go into the third, Coach.
Yeah, and the Oak Leafs need to go back to the locker room, and I think right now just got to get the mindset. Hey, we got 17 more minutes to play, and we got to get ourselves mentally prepared because we got a big weekend against Dubuque coming to town, and so we got to start playing with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, a little bit of pride, and it's a big 6 games here left in the season after this one. This isn't a do or die. I've told you, last 4 weeks that I've kind of kept track of kind of where we were at and what I thought would happen. This isn't a game that's going to knock you out, but it was 2 points that we would really would like to have. Even 1 point out of this would have been nice to have. But right now, you just need to get your guys regrouped and the psyche of your team. Get away from the frustrations.
Maybe this is when you blow the whole thing up and you try a bunch of new things too.
Right.
I mean, I know it's late in the season, but I mean, at some point, right?
Yeah. Or you gotta fix something. Because when if you go in and say we get into the end of the year tournament and you're the 8th seed, you better fix something because you're right now you're playing a team that's 3, 4, or 5. What are you going to do when you play number 1? So those are the things that you need to kind of work on and figure out what you're going to do differently.
So we'll get a scrape and we'll be back for the third and final. Oakley's down 4-0. Dan Kinney, Andrew Wade will be back in a few short minutes. Hey, boss says we're back on.
Is he taking us to Daytona?
He's taking us to Daytona.
Perfect.
That's pretty cool of you. I didn't feel like there was much conviction in the way he spoke. Coach, how about you?
No, not at all.
Me neither. Ain't no laughing matter here, though.
No.
Leafs are down 4-0. Dunman and Hobbs in the front line, Warwick and Butler on defense, as they're going to try to dig themselves out of a 4-0 deficit here as we start the third period. Capitals now going to go from right to left. Leafs from left to right. Both teams got their big boys out there now, and as Coach said, Baxter, Cougar playing on the same line. Looks like they're matched up with Hubbard. A little bit of a change from the last time we saw him, Coach.
Yeah. We'll put a little wrinkle and get us to think a little bit more of what they're trying to do. But they held with it the whole game. I thought maybe they would start that way, maybe change it up. But maybe they're just keeping it this way because of the score of the game. Maybe they would change it up if it was a little bit tighter or if it was a 2-2 game. So
Scrum ensues. Now broken out. That's Hubbard. Caught traffic there. Warwick was able to defend it and knock it down. Done with an outlet, and he's got his man. May, one-timer, slot, chance. Glove side, just missed it. Tyler May, junior from Valley, found himself in the slot. Tried the glove side, was unable to exploit it. Leafs need one. That would have been a good time to get it. Looked to break the zone. Tackled on and chipped over by Dorfield. To Stern controls. Stern to Cougar. He's able to tap it in off the back of his blade. Aerial sent in play. Now turned and sent again. The Leafs look to try to get something going. Got that half-court offense out there. It's Hender. Unable to get it. Back come the Caps. Offside. They'll have to reset. No, not enough time to reset it. Stop and play at the 15-13 mark. As the Leafs march out, Goodnow, Barton, and Kinney. Dorfield and Stern on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice as they take a face-off just left and adjacent to the goaltender, Jack Evans. Down 4-0. To the champs at home. Barton. He'll race it off the right of his blade. Giving up. Poked in on a good pinch by Stern. Dorfield goes to work in the corner and able to gather it. Behind the net it'll go. Evans doesn't check it, but sees it. Now skated by Stern. Back of his blade. Tackled upon in the corner. Goodnow looks to check it forward. Now Barton will skate it. 25 Barton. Goodnow on the short side. Nifty pass there. Short side chance one time. He wasn't able to get there. Controlled. Cracked in by Kinney momentarily. Tapped by Barton. Smothered, now chopped and stopped by the Capitals defense. We'll get an offensive zone face-off. That's exactly what you want there. Now you get Hobbs and the boys out there, right, Coach?
right, they need to take care of this opportunity. But again, the Capitals are just going to match up against us. And give credit to the Capitals goaltender. He's tracking the puck very, very well tonight.
Yeah, that could have been one. That was slippery. This is slippery, too. This is Cougar. Great play by Warwick. Went to all fours to thwart that effort. As Cougar was sailing by. Good work by Seven, the right-hander from Johnston. He had perhaps the best player in the league. Free and easy. Able to thwart it. Tapped around again by the before-mentioned Warwick. To May. Wants Hobbs on a bouncer. It's going to come right on goal, and they'll stop it as Hobbs enters the net. 13:50. Stop and play in the third. 4-0 Caps, the home team.
So we're going to be leaving Hobbs, May, and Dunn out, and Capitals will be making a change here. So see if we can't take care of, advantage of this opportunity. See if we can get a mismatch here.
Yeah, Caps are rolling it right now. As well they should. Butler forces pinches. Keeps it in. Unable to gather it. Now they'll start again. with an aerial. I like that. Kind of an awkward bounce into the corner. Now tapped out, they'll get it outside the zone. Barton. Warwick. Sends it in. One-timer. Lefty Hobbs had a chance. It's a pretty good look there. A really good pass. Two really good passes there to advance it to that point where Hobbs had a little snake that just he couldn't find the bat.
Right. Well, but the only thing there is, he had a good pass there, but it held up. I think it was May on the right-hand side. When you got him held up, you don't have him crashing the net for any opportunity for a rebound. So Hobbs goes in there by himself. He has to shoot to score. Didn't have that opportunity. So
pinched in and trapped in. 13 minutes and counting. Understated to say that the Leafs need one, but they do. With speed. Capitals break the zone. Into the corner they crash. They go to work again. Play to the point to Stiles. Stiles one-timer, good flick. Just missed the stick side and high of the net. No rebound in play now as scrum ensues in the corner. It's the challenge that these boys face trying to get it out, and it'll go into the back of the net. It's Hender, Mink, and Kucher on the front line. Dorfield and Stern on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice as they look to break the zone, and now the Capitals bringing the big boys just outside their offensive zone. Controlled. Front. Look out. Short side. Hubbard almost made it 5-0. Just off the back of his blade. Control. Great pass, Kruger. What an extra pass there to Hubbard again in the corner. Butler looks to control. Unable to do so. Slapper chance one-timer. Nafia stepped up for the Caps. Now they circle again. That's Kruger. Nafia. Flutterer. Great save by Evans. Because that thing was a knuckleball.
Yep.
And that thing was awkward. And there was somebody on the other side ready to finish the deed. 12:02 stop and play.
Yeah, and right now it's about not chasing the puck, and they're going to have good movement out here with Baxter and Kruger and Hubbard out there, and so it's just you got to stay within the house and make sure you take away any kind of lanes, have active sticks, and make sure you have stick on stick, not getting a clear cut to get a one-timer.
That's Warwick. He'll control it. Now he'll skate it. Now he'll send it to the right side where Barton will gasp it. Got Goodnow, able to tack it in, but no further. Controlled by the Caps, Hubbard. Crossing route, what a great pass to Cougar. One more, dances, prances, look out. Evans was up to the challenge, slid to the side. Now got a penalty, I believe, and a stop and play, as Barton was the last and closest Leaf to the puck.
Yep, and
he's going to get it.
He's going to get the 2 minutes for tripping. Kruger, who's a slick, really smooth skater, and he'd be able to kind of slither by you. And once he did that, Barton had no option but to take him down, with his stick, and so the Capitals go up on a power play here.
So Rise Pest Control penalty kill for the Leafs. They're already down 4-0. They got 2 minutes to kill. These Capitals. One-man advantage. To the wing they look. Snapper over the top of Evans. Thwarted by May momentarily. Warwick and Hobbs and Dunn. They're the other Rise Pest Control penalty killers. That came in from the point.
Yeah,
Kruger got one from the point.
Yeah, Kruger saw a line and took it. There was some traffic in front of Evans and took that shot, and they kind of just move it around, get you kind of running, and when you're not playing stop and start hockey, those things are going to happen. So kind of a long night here.
Leafs down 5-0 on this one. You're right, it is starting to take its toll. Dunman and Hobbs will try it from left to right. Stern and Dorfield on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice as they're down 5-0. Trying to sort the penalty minutes out on the scoreboard, it looks like. I've worked that box before. It's not as easy as it looks. Right, is it? It's not light bright.
I've never been over on that side of the court, so I don't know.
I was really good at light bright in my day. That's done. The racy one. Fans now continues on. Tries to drop for May. Now May continues on. 10:50 to go in the third and final. The scoreboard's not updated. I believe it's 5-0. Now I got a whistle. Now we've got another stop and play. And someone is going to pay dividends, and it's the racy one, Ryan Dunn. Going to spend the next 2 minutes watching this one, Coach.
Yeah, and that kind of hurts a little bit, losing him, and then just giving Capitals an opportunity to go back up on the power play, and you get to the next goal, that sixth goal, and then we start getting to run clock time, and nothing really seeming to go right for the Oak Leafs, and so it's going to be getting back to the drawing board and figuring out what we need to fix in order to move forward.
Rise pest control penalty kill for your Des Moines Oak Leafs. Mail center of the puck. Warwick has stepped up to play the right wing. Hobbs to his left. Levi Butler is the lone defenseman as the Capitals look to load up again with that power play. It doesn't look like they are. There we go. Cougar leaves it for Hubbard. Corner. They go. Tackled on by Warwick on a nice play. Good effort by Warwick to keep it in the corner as long as he could. Now he's able to steer it clear. Able to advance the puck as Warwick wanted to get Hobbs free and easy, unable to do so. Confronted by Butler, he'll send another one right back on goal again. 1:21 left to go in the one-man advantage. For the Capitals, they set up from right to left. They tap along the ring to the Cougar. Top speed, post, more, goal. 6-0. They've done everything but kick the extra point at this point.
Well, and that was perfect setup. With our dot formation, no pressure, they're gonna be able to go right up the middle, and they're setting somebody right in the middle of our ice on our defensive end zone. It's just a kick up to them. Once then you try to engage. If you have two guys converge, they have either direction to be able to slide out to, and they slid over to Kruger, and Kruger was able to drive the net and get that next power play goal. So now it's 6-0 and be a run time for Rangers this game.
Glove save by Evans. He'll put a fork in a good defensive zone. Face-off. So Dubuque is next on the schedule for the Leafs.
Yep.
And then after that is Quad Cities. Dubuque's one, you got to figure you got, right?
Right.
Especially at home. Quad Cities got a pretty good unit there, Coach.
They do.
They're they're a sizable team. They could cause a lot of grief. Glad we got them here.
Right. It's good to have them at home, but they are, I don't think we can overlook Dubuque. I think we got to get through Dubuque.
Good point.
First, and they're going to come down here Saturday and Sunday and be hungry, to get a couple of victories from us. And if we don't kind of clean up the things that we're doing or be able to get ourselves up on the scoreboard and find ways to win there, then it's going to be extra challenging when we do play Quad Cities.
Do you feel like we got to have both without question to make the playoffs?
I don't know if you have to have both, but it's going to be a lot trickier if you don't. If you end up splitting with Dubuque, I think then you have to win both against Quad Cities. If you win both against Dubuque, you could afford to maybe go a split against Quad Cities, but then you're going to have to win both against Mason City. So, there's a bunch of different scenarios there. I think the Oak Leafs have room to, after this one, maybe lose one, maybe two, and still make the playoffs. But if we go 3 for 6, I think we might be out.
Yeah, we got Mason in there as well.
Right.
And I failed to mention that in the new arena.
So
that's always a tough environment. I mean, no matter what kind of team they have, that's always been one that
tough environment. It'll probably be senior night when we go up there,
right?
And so that adds fans. And Mason City is a team that their community goes out and really supports them, and they, so it could be an eventful evening up there. I'm not sure exactly when their senior night's going to be, but it may be. So no, we got 6 really big games in order for us to make it into the tournament. So you might as well say that Saturday is the start of the tournament.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Tap back in. They look to dump and chase here. 6:58 mark. It's Kenny Goodnow and Barton. Warwick. Merritt gets on defense for the Leafs. Butler is the other defenseman. This will escape. Get into the offensive zone. Leafs on their heels, without question. This is Butler. Center ice to Stiles. Plays one right back in. Butler will gather it, control it, send one across. Wanted to get May loose, unable to get May loose. As we reach the 6-minute mark here in the third and final. Leafs down by a bunch. One-timer chance, short side. Had a quick shot there. I believe that was Dunn. Stepped up in the slot. He'll garner an offensive zone faceoff at the 6:01 mark here in the third and final. Played to the wing as they look to break the zone. Dorfield. Giving up to Kruger, look out. Wanted Hubbard on the short side. Wrestle in the corner over the right shoulder of Evans. Dunn's going to come away with it. Dunn with a feathery one to May. Unable to get him free as the Capitals control on the red line. Play it all the way along to the left wing. Baxter sends it all the way across hard. May does the same. And the short side bounce. Puck on it spirals. 5 minutes left to go, but as Coach mentioned, running play now.
Yep. So we had a running clock with 6 goals. And I think that we had a rule change, and I can never remember when we do rule changes, even when I'm on the board. But I think you got to get within 4 goals now for it to stop. So even if we score, it's still going to be a run clock until you get it down to, I think it was either 4 or 3 to get the clock to go back to stop. So
checked out by Mink. Got it to the blue line. Not controlled by the Capitals as they circle and gather again. It's Christ. Plays it to his wingman. Snaps it in from just outside the blue line. They'll stop it. Evans will glove it. Good defensive zone face-off. So Dubuque, Mason City, Quad Cities, who's our most formidable the rest of the way, Coach?
So, I mean, Dubuque is going to be, they're right underneath Quad Cities, but they're out. It's a 9-team race, and so Quad Cities is the next.
They're still in the run.
It's 1 through 9, and we're at 8, and Quad Cities at 9. So it's, either us or them that's going to be getting in or getting out, depending on just kind of the way everything looks there. And so, I mean, that's going to be the big weekend when we look at what's left on our schedule. So, Omaha, is relatively, they have 33 points. We're sitting at 27. We're not going to gain anything on them. And so right now you're 6 points out. And I think Omaha has a couple wins left on their schedule that I've pre-selected. And so really the race for that 8th spot is Oak Leaf and Quad Cities. And so, I told you probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, coming down, that was the weekend that is going to really, really matter. But we can't, and that's if you That's if you sweep Dubuque. So you can't overlook them.
Well, you certainly can't. They got nothing to lose coming in either. To Warwick. Tipped aside now by Christ, who now May circles and gathers and sends it back in, but dumped back in by the Caps. 3 minutes to go. Hobbs. He'll skate it. Now leave it for Dunn along the wing. Dunn continues on. Behind the net, back of his blade. Looks, stops. Now a pirouette and leave it for Warwick. Now he's got it again. Snapper, great bounce in front. No one there to get it. Cooker was the closest to it, unable to get it. Now Hobbs looks, stops. Dunn, one-timer. Good look. Good offensive series here by the Leafs. Good to see with 2.5 to go. Hobbs tucks into the corner. Looks, one-timer again. Beauty. Warwick missed the net low into the right side. Pretty darn good look though here late in this one for a team that's losing this badly. Hobbs dances, almost prances around his guy. Aerial played to Stern controls. He'll circle and grab it. Here comes Grant Stern with a head of steam, the right-hander. Back they go. May looks to gather. 1:50 left to go in this one. Front of the net. Chopping attempt there. Looked like Barton had the last look at it. Unable to gather and continue on. Evans now sprawls to his left. He'll stop that puck at 1:37. But again, continuing clock. Let's send this thing forward. So the Capitals are going to come out here with a couple of convincing wins. Neither team really needed it as far as where they stood in the grand scheme of things, but nevertheless, a personal level and a confidence level, good effort by them tonight. Barton, Goodnow, Kinney on the front line, Stern, Butler on defense. 5 Leafs on the ice. Stern, he'll tuck it, look, right hand. Able to get there, continue on. Beaten to the puck now, here comes Kruger, he's not done. Tried to hit Baxter. Baxter's going to fetch it, skate it, continue to look and chop it back in. Quick on his stick is 29. It's Butler. It's Stern. Stern will skate it. 33 seconds and counting. He chops it back in. Leafs will get their final change of the night. Mink and Hender and Cooker come out. They'll come all the way back down this way. Evans looks at it. Good icing call.
And that's going to basically do it. By the time they get that face-off set, it's game's over. So
Capitals flexing their muscles tonight here at Bucks Arena, without question. As they take the Leafs down 6-0, they win the first one as well, 6-2. And now you got to put some Band-Aids on, Coach, and you got to be ready for Dubuque.
Yeah, and basically you got tonight to go ahead and get some sleep, and then wake up tomorrow and forget about this one, and then put the practice and focus on getting ready for Dubuque. Early Saturday. I think Dubuque will play it down at the Well on Saturday at 11 and 1. So it'll be early afternoon games, and you just got to move on and know that this isn't going to affect the end result of making the tournament. But now it's just going to add a little bit more pressure to those Dubuque games going in. You don't want to get into the situation where you go in the last weekend against Mason City and all of a sudden you need help.
No, you don't.
So
you absolutely do not.
You got to take care of business, and the fortunate thing is if you can take care of business this weekend against Dubuque, go in against Quad Cities, and that's going to be a battle, and that's what's going to be fun to watch. Is that battle for that 8 seed.
You got two teams sprawling for it, without question.
You got two teams that are for that one spot, and so that's where the tournament's going to really begin. And if you split, that's huge for us. If you don't, then you might need some help. You have to win both against Mason City. From City, so huge weekends, next 6 games.
So we're going to sign off tonight. The Capitals, it's their night again tonight at Bucks Arena as they take the Oak Leafs. They sweep them 6-3 and 6-0. Dan Kinney, Andrew Wade will be back for the Dubuque action and take you the rest of the way home as the Leafs look to try to make the state tournament. Thanks for joining us. Des Moines Oak Leafs Hockey.